So actually, I think you touched on a very important point, and actually much earlier. So you described a little bit about your circumstances leading to getting into the hacking community. And then on the other hand, there are the skills that have been developed and are valuable to organizations. So what should we be doing with our youth today to help them get on the right track? That is, to develop the right skills, but not get into a position where they have to be building that trust relationship. You have any suggestions there?
That is such a great question. You know, there's one thing you guys are going to know here, that we are undermanned in terms of the cybersecurity industry. Yeah, you see a lot of companies, and so you think the industry is full. It's not full. There's not enough women. There's not enough people of color. The FBI, for example, has less than 10,000 cybercrime investigators out of 350 million people. We are undermanned. Our industry is really not where it's supposed to be. So we actually need this generation that's already connected. They're already online 20 hours a day to shift their attention into a career into the cybersecurity industry. It doesn't have to be cybersecurity either. It could be just anywhere. Cybersecurity is very broad, right? So now we need to kind of like gauge their interest, bring them in. You know, back in the 50s, you know, after, you know, World War II and all that, we wanted our kids to get into manufacturing jobs, and we were focusing on these different career paths. We kind of got to do the same thing right now. We got to really push it hard. And that includes going out there and doing outreach and just bringing kids' interest into it. Like, for example, I'm going to tell you what I do. So I grew up in the hood. So what I like to do is do outreach in my old neighborhood. And in Brooklyn, for example, there's an organization called Empower New York. If you guys haven't heard of it, Empower New York takes kids from the hood, regardless of color. They could be white kids or Asians, whatever, and they put them in a kind of like a scholarship program. It's a paid program, paid internship. And they're actually doing cybersecurity courses. Good. And I believe Symantec did some funding there, and JP Morgan. And so now we're talking about 20 students per semester that are coming out of Empower with certifications in cybersecurity. And I just go there and do speeches, just like this one, having these conversations, hopefully inspiring them to continue. And I'm hoping that spreads, that word of mouth, where they tell their cousins and their nephews, look, I just started working at, you know, so-and-so, and I'm making $25 an hour. That's way better than working at a fast food restaurant making $8 an hour. You know, so that's what we need to do. We need to do a lot of outreach.
I agree with you.